Let's get to the Women's Royal Rumble matchup. They've only announced 7 of the 30 entrants. Now, you know the entire women's roster on both Raw and SmackDown will be in it. I'm not sure about fucking Tamina. Don't waste time on her. Or Dana Brooke, in my opinion. They probably will. But so far, we got Liv Morgan in it, Candice LeRae, Rhea Ripley, Raquel Rodriguez, Shayna Baszler, Zelina Vega, and Emma. Listen, I've told you this before, Mr. Marceau. I like a lot of the women that are going to be in this thing. I'm talking about Michin. I like Michin. I love Tegan Nox. I think Tegan Nox is great. I think, Dakota Kai and Bailey and Becky aren't even in the fucking match. What the fuck? Have they not declared?
Well, they're not announced, but yeah.
I don't understand that at all. I'm sorry. I know they're feuding right now. I don't know why they wouldn't declare themselves. That makes no fucking sense. Anyway, I like all these women. I don't think the main roster fans right now feel the same way. I feel like for a lot of the women's matches lately, they've sat on their hands. I don't think they're going to care. Therefore, I don't think this will be a great Rumble. I hope I'm wrong. And even with the surprises. And the other thing with the women's surprises, too, is that they've brought back everyone at this point. Lita's been back twice. If I hear Lita's music, I'll be happy, but we've already seen her twice in a Rumble. Trish has been brought back. She was brought back for the first one. The Bella Twins we've seen. Ronda Rousey returned last year. Melina, Alicia Fox, Jillian Hall, Victoria. The list goes on and on and on. There's not many people. Kelly for a million times. There's not fucking Molly Holly. Molly Holly's in the Rumble again. I don't even know what to say. I love Molly Holly, but I feel like she's been in a bunch. What do you do here? I mean, I would have Rhea Ripley win. I feel like that makes the most sense. But I don't know. I just feel like the match itself, I don't have high hopes for, unfortunately, because there's just not a lot of great women's stories they're telling right now either.
No, yeah, I mean, I feel like it has to be Rhea a bust at this point. I mean, I think Raquel could be like a second person you could think of, and even Liv could be a long shot. But I mean, out of who's announced, I don't think Shayna's going to win, Candice, Vega, or Emma, and they haven't announced anyone else. So, I mean, I don't know who else we really could be thinking of. I mean, maybe Asuka comes back and wins, and we get her and Charlotte. Charlotte actually puts her over this time. I mean, that's a possibility at WrestleMania. I mean, I really don't. I mean, really, what do you do with Becky? I mean, I feel like she really doesn't have a direction right now. She's obviously with Bayley, but are we going to see her and Charlotte for the 100th time? I hope not. And her and Bianca again? No. I don't see Bayley winning it. I don't see Kai and Sky winning it. I mean, I really think it's literally down to either Rhea, like I said, maybe Asuka come back and she wins again, and we get her and Charlotte. They do the do-over correctly, and Asuka wins. I'm kind of over Asuka at this point. I mean, been there, done that. I'd rather Rhea win at that point. But besides them, I couldn't really name you anyone off the top of my head I think even has a chance to win.
Yeah, no, Rhea's got to be the top pick. Everyone you mentioned does have a chance. Raquel. I really hope Ronda doesn't win it for a second time and then go on to face Bianca. I feel like that'd be silly. No one really wants... I mean, Bianca and Ronda is a fresh match, but I don't want Ronda winning the Rumble again. She's only been gone for a couple of weeks anyway. To me, it's got to be Rhea Ripley. I feel like Rhea Ripley winning also gives you two great choices. They've teased her and Bianca, but at the same time, dude, her and Charlotte do have unfinished business, and they have Charlotte as a babyface right now. They can have her beat Charlotte and finally get that win over her that she did not get in 2021. So, to me, it's got to be Rhea. I think you said it best, Rhea Ripley or bust.
Yeah, I mean, I think it. Like I said, I think it's her, and I mean, like I said, I think Asuka has a long shot chance to win, but it's not like I really even want to see that.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I like Asuka being back. We haven't seen her on the show in about a month. Her being back as a heel would be nice. Taking on Charlotte. Again, and it's another match, as great as that would be. We've seen it a million fucking times. I mean, honestly, Asuka's already beaten Charlotte. Charlotte's beaten her.
But what if it led to like the NXT Asuka, like the heel NXT Asuka, and we got her beating the shit out of Charlotte?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Even then, I feel like we've seen the match so often, I'm just not interested in that at all. Asuka's just one of those women where they've done everything with her at this point where it's just hard for me to care.
But I said the same thing. Like I said, been there, done that. But I think if that's the direction they go, if we got like badass Asuka again, I guess I wouldn't be totally against it. But I still think Rhea is the one. Like, if you're betting your next paycheck, folks, it has to go on Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, no, I agree, and it should. Yeah, I would put it on Rhea. If not, Asuka. Honestly, Asuka's probably your second best choice. I like Raquel. They should, build new stars, but she's not ready yet, and she's also not interesting as a babyface. So,
they got to turn her heel. I was telling you. I think I talked to you via text. I told you I am so tired of the smiley. Like, I'm so happy to be here, Raquel Rodriguez. on SmackDown right now. Who fucking cares? I mean, her as a babyface is so uninteresting. It's not even funny.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Okay, you show your back off, you smile, you love being there. Liv Morgan slapped the fucking taste out of your mouth. Yeah, you beat her in a match, but did anyone care? No. She needs to go heel bad. Fucking babyface Rodriguez is terrible. Terrible.
Yeah, no, it's just awful. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. They really should have figured something else out as far as turning her heel by now, because she's much better off in the heel role, and she is so uninteresting and planned as a babyface. They need to fix that ASAP. And Triple H has done a good job of turning certain people heel and giving people their characters back. Raquel's got to be next in line. Maybe not necessarily the Gonzalez last name, that'd be nice, but, we're so far past it doesn't even really matter. The heel persona should be next, though, for her. For the men's Royal Rumble matchup, announced so far, Kofi Kingston, Santos Escobar, Ricochet, Austin Theory, Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley, Baron Corbin, Rey Mysterio, Gunther, Cody Rhodes, Omos, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Braun Strowman, and Karrion Kross. You got some big players in this one. Corbin's not winning, obviously, neither is Kofi. All due respect to Kofi, had him on the show last week. But, I think this really comes down to a few different people. We mentioned this before, to go full circle with the Stone Cold talk. To me, it's got to either be Cody or The Rock. Because I don't want The Rock to win, don't get me wrong. It would make for a cool moment. But if you're going to do Rock and Roman at WrestleMania, then Rock should probably win the Rumble. Because how else are you going to do that match at Mania without him winning the fucking Royal Rumble? That just doesn't make sense. To me, I'm sorry, it's got to be Cody Rhodes. I like a lot of the other people in this match. Rollins has a slight chance. I don't think Bobby wins at this point now that he's feuding with Brock again. Rollins winning would be cool, although we've seen it before. To me, it all comes down to Cody Rhodes. You don't do those vignettes if he doesn't win the Rumble. That's my thing.
Yeah, I think it's Cody. This is another one. It's either Cody or Rock, pretty much.
Or please don't Stone Cold either. No thanks.
No Stone Cold, no thanks. I think there is they're not a good chance, but I think there's a slight chance that, like I said, either Sammy or Jey Uso could win, honestly. I think you could do something like that as well. I don't think it's necessary to do that. Like I said, with the video package and stuff like that, I think Cody would basically kind of have to win. I feel like if he doesn't win, he's like Luger 2.0. He'd literally be like Luger in SummerSlam. You do all these vignettes, he's coming back, he's going to do this, and then he just loses. Just doesn't seem right. I don't think they would position him that way just to come back and lose. I know it's predictable, and I know they kind of want to avoid being the predictable winner, but I think, not that he's the only person that makes sense, but the way they built him up, he's kind of the only person that makes sense. So I think Cody wins. Slight chance The Rock wins. I wouldn't put it against him. Like I said, either Jay or Sammy. Like I said, he said you'll see your fate on
Saturday.
Anything's possible. Maybe he's in the Rumble and maybe he tosses Solo out, or something like that happens. Maybe it's like him and the Usos get thrown out, or maybe Jay's in it, and he throws Solo out, and then Cody throws Sammy out. So it's like he turned his back on Solo. You continue the story there. Like I said, I think Cody wins if I was betting on it, unless The Rock's in it, which we don't know, but from what's advertised right now, I think Cody wins. I like how there are big players in it, though. Like, Theory's great, Seth's great, Bobby, Gunther, Rey Mysterio, McIntyre, Sheamus, Strowman. They have some good bodies in there, so I think it's going to be a good match. Plus the guys that aren't
announced,
aren't advertised. But I think this will probably. Now, I don't want to jinx it, but I think this could be a very, very good, strong Royal Rumble that we look back at.
I agree. We haven't had a ton of them lately. Last year sucked. The 2021 one I thought was good. 2020 was outstanding, as was 2018. So I hope we can get another great Rumble. I'm going with Cody as well. He said it was predictable. I agree, but as we've said before, in this case, I don't think predictability is a bad thing. We've had fucking predictable Rumbles with Roman winning and Batista winning and all these other people, and they did it then. So listen, if you're going to do that shit then, you should do that shit now too. So at least now people are happy to see it and they're not going to be upset. I don't think anyway. I'd be surprised if Cody got booed, unless he tossed out Sammy, which I don't think would be a good idea. They need to properly map this thing out. Last question for you, Mr. Marceau. Anyone you expect to see show up as a surprise? I think there's, as I said earlier, a great chance we see Stone Cold in the Rumble in Texas. Maybe whoever tosses him out maybe faces him in WrestleMania. I think we could see Logan Paul on Saturday. I think he might be good to go by now. He should be back soon anyway. I think we could see Logan Paul, hopefully not tossing out Stone Cold Steve Austin. I could see that. I could see Beth Phoenix in the Women's Rumble confronting Rhea. I could totally see that. Maybe Edge. Edge interacting with Balor. I don't think we get Edge and Beth. I think we get one or the other, but Edge could be back. Shotzi, I don't know. I mean, I like Shotzi, but I don't think anyone would really care. I feel like that's going to happen too. Riddle's a possibility. We haven't seen Riddle in a little while. They said 6 weeks, and he would be back by now. I don't know how the rehab thing is going, but I feel like we could see Riddle back. As far as like big surprises, I guess Stone Cold would be that guy. You know, I've always said Mr. Kennedy. I feel like that'd be cool. I don't think that's going to happen, but you know, Chris Masters, I don't think he's getting his wish. I don't think he's going to be in the Rumble. I don't know. Those are mine. A Forbidden Door entrant would be cool. Someone like from New Japan or like a Great Muta or something like that. I don't think they would use anyone from Impact. Definitely not AEW. But I don't know if Nick Aldis debuts in the match. I don't think so. Jay White can't be there yet. I don't think Nick Aldis shows up as they mentioned. But yeah, any surprise names that come to mind for you?
Nothing that like really jumps out. I mean, like I said, I think you kind of listed a lot of good names. I'd rather them focus. Like I said, I like the surprises, but I also like focusing on what they have. Nothing crazy. Like I said, I think Nick Aldis would be really cool. Nothing really else. Like I said, Masters would be pretty cool. Like one of those ruthless aggression guys would be pretty cool. Carlito a couple years ago was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like Masters would be pretty cool if they brought him back. Not sure if they're going to do that. But no, I mean, I think, like I said, we talked about this on the phone, like I think a few weeks ago. I just feel like the middle class right now is so strong. That's why maybe another reason why this Rumble, like what's announced already, looks pretty good, because I think their middle to upper class, like in the men's division, is pretty strong. So that's why I think, like on paper, it's going to look and probably be a good Rumble. So I think a couple surprises ain't bad. Like I think a Breaker would be great in there. Same with Hayes.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to get a couple of young guys in there. But,
Scott Steiner.
I would pop for Steiner. But no, I think they're a couple surprises would be good, but don't go too crazy with it.
Yeah, I agree. A couple here and there, as they do every year, is fine with me. I could totally see. I forgot to say earlier. I think Chelsea Green is a lock to be in the women's. I think she's already confirmed to come back. They just haven't announced it yet. Obviously.
What about Cardona?
I was gonna say I think Cardona is likely. Ultimately, when it comes down to it, I don't think he'll be in it. I mean, I would obviously pop. I'm a big Cardona, Zack Ryder fan. I don't think he'll be in it. I definitely think that Chelsea Green will be in the women's. Not that many people will really care, but I do think she'll be there. Yeah, that's about it. Mickie James coming out to Hardcore Country again would be great. The Impact Knockouts champion. She just got the belt back. I don't think that's going to happen, but that would be cool. Yeah, listen, as long as we don't get another Hurricane cameo, which was cool when we went in 2018, but then they did it again in 2021, I'm thinking, okay, this is the same shit. There's no difference here. What the fuck? No thanks. No Hurricane, and I love her, but no Mighty Molly again. She's already been in enough Rumbles. I'll just say that much.
Yeah, I'm out on the Legends. They brought it back like 2 or 3 times. Like,
Kelly as well.
Oh my! I'm so over Kelly. I'm a big Kelly mark and move on.
Alicia Fox, sorry.
No thanks.
After you reach 2, I think is.
Do you think Naomi's gonna be in it? Oh, whoa! Do you think Naomi's gonna be in it?
Forgot to mention that. I do think there's a very good chance. Gun to head, yes or no? I'm gonna say no, but I think there's a very good chance she could be in it. Yeah.
I think she's gonna.
You think she will be? Okay. I could see that. She's come back in the Rumble twice before, so I don't think this year could be any different, to be honest. Hey, 3rd Rumble return, people love Naomi, so I think they make for a great moment. Are you sticking to your guns and thinking Mercedes Moné shows up again?
I think she's gonna be in it.
As Sasha or Mercedes Moné?
I mean, she wasn't on AEW. I'm putting my money down she's gonna be in it.